What's up, YouTube? My name's Ismael. I drive a 1992 SC 300. It's automatic. It's whatever. I tell a little history about how I got this car. So it was, 3 years back. Uh, my wife called me up one day and was like, "Hey, I need you to go to this yard sale and pick up the stuff that I bought." So I was like, "All right." So I went. Then picked up the stuff and I see this car just sitting there, but I didn't really think nothing of it. I was just like, it's whatever. I knew what it was, but I was just like, cool. So the guy comes up to me and goes, "You want to buy that car?" I'm like, Not really, but it looks pretty cool." And he goes, "It runs." Well, he asked me for the price, and I really can't remember how much it was. I think it was like $1,000 at the time. Yeah, I think it was. And he was like, "It runs." I was like, "Well," I looked at it and I saw that the door panels were jacked up, the seats are torn apart. It was sitting on bricks, had no wheels. So I was like, "I'm not giving you $1,000 for that junk." He's like, "It runs. If it runs, it turns on and everything." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I popped the hood and I saw that it had like I don't know, one of those extended PVC pipes for an intake. Yeah, it was weird. And I was like, "What the hell is that?" So I knew it had the 2J in it, and I really didn't care. But I was like, you know, I can make this car run within a week and get some wheels and stuff like that. I work at a Ford dealership here in Mesquite, Nevada, so I can get quite a bit of stuff if I need to. It's not that hard. Anyways, so I told him, I was like, "I'll give you the most 500 for it." He goes, "No, no, no, no. I'll take $1,000." I'm like, "Well, if it starts if it starts, I'll give you $1,000. If it doesn't, I'm gonna give you 500." He goes, "Okay." Some bitch didn't start at all. So I was like, "This is mine." So my cousin had some wheels. They weren't that great of wheels, but they fit. And I just aired them up the tires, and I was like, "Okay." I called the tow truck. They towed it to Ford. Me and my friend Fausto. Shout out to Fausto. He drives a 3000 GT. If I remember right, it's a 91. Pretty badass. He just needs to fix it more. Anyways, um, we got in the car and we threw some starter fluid in the intake and it cranked. So I knew right away that it was just a fuel pump. Took out the fuel tank, put a new fuel pump in, cleaned out the tank, put new gas in, started right up. So little by little, I started getting stuff into it. I started working with the vacuum lines, PCV valves. I got a new intake for it that actually was an intake, not just a hose. The suspension was shot after I got under it, and I saw it, and I was like, "Holy hell, this guy did not know what he's doing." Okay, so this guy claims that he knew exactly what he was doing to this car. He knew everything. So I was like, "Okay, cool," but then claims that he didn't even know what the two JZ meant. Yeah, it's a good car. It's not bad. I mean, it's in rough shape. Like I said, I said this in my last video. If I had more money, you know, and more time, I guess time is the biggest thing. I would have had it done already, painted and everything, but I don't have the time. I have 2 kids and my wife, who I love, and it's hard to get stuff done. So, anyways, so we got it done. We got it started, got on the lift, put new spark plugs in it, and try to get everything as much as I can fixed. I put like I said, new spark plugs, new spark plug boots, the wires, distributor cap, the gasket that goes in the distributor, that's new. Valve covers are all new. Intake is brand new. It's an engine, yeah, intake. It has MagnaFlow exhaust in it, which I don't like. That's the only thing that the kid actually had that was aftermarket was the exhaust, and I can't stand it. Sounds like crap. I put an HKS downpipe in it, which was cool. Me and my boss, shout out to CJ, cool dude, best dude I've known. He helped me get that thing on there because that Cadillac converter was clogged. It was like bright red one time when we were fixing the car. So we took that off, fixed that. So I've done a lot. Oh, and he also had, so you have the fan. He had the fan and he had an electric fan on it before I changed everything. I don't know why, but the thing was effed up. The electric fan never turned off. It was always on. And the fan that it came with was broken in pieces. I mean, you could see pieces. There was pieces on the engine. It was weird. So I took off the electric fan, put a new fan on, new fan clutch. I need a shroud. I need to get a shroud. But I have 2 electric fans in my trunk that I'm going to install. But like I said, I don't have time. I also have an amp. I have 2 speakers in the back. They're brand spanking new. I haven't even wired them up. I gotta wire up my stereo that's not wired up. It's like, I don't have time. Has a new AC fan, a new AC compressor in there. Oh, it's like a year and a half old, so it's fairly new. Yeah, a new handbrake because the other one was just busted. New power steering pump that I've done to this thing already. I've done quite a bit of stuff to this car. I think I spent well over, I don't know, 4 or 5 grand just to maintain it good. Which I'm not saying anything bad about that. I mean, I love the car. It's really rare. I think I'm the only one in this town who has it. Nobody else has this car in this town. All you see is gay ass Hondas and gay ass Hondas. Freaking rice rockets. Yeah. I found that under the wheel well on the driver's side, I don't know why this kid had this, but he had a metal plate under there. So I had to relocate all the wiring. But that metal plate sliced my tire and freaking blew up in the middle of the road. She was freaking hilarious. I don't know what this kid did to this car, and I really don't give a shit, but, if you're going to work on a car, know what the hell you're doing. Or let somebody work on it that knows what he's doing, please. Because a beautiful car like this, man, shouldn't be treated like that. So yeah, that's my car. That I love my car. I mean, I know it's has problems. I know that, but it gets me to work. And anytime I gotta work on it, my boss is like, "Yeah, go ahead for slow, go for it." Yeah, my '92 Lexus ST300. It's a beast. I wish it was faster. He keeps telling me, my boss keeps telling me just to buy an eBay turbo and just see what it does. I'm actually thinking about it, just for fun. But my next step is I'm going to town. It's called St. George here in Utah, because we're like 15 minutes away from Utah. So I'm thinking about going. They have an aftermarket exhaust place there. I'm gonna buy the tip, the new exhaust tip. Haven't decided which one yet. And I'm gonna tell them to custom build the exhaust from the end of the pipe, of the downpipe, all the way to the back. A single tip. I'm not buying dual tip. I don't like dual tip. And see how it sounds from there. And then I don't know. We'll see what else happens from there. Anyways, thanks YouTube. You guys are awesome. Take care.